Hello, everybody. In this session, we are talking about direct labor costs. Direct labor is the term for the work directly involved in making a product or performing a service. If a company manufactures backpacks, this work is done by people cutting the materials, assembling the pieces, sewing them together, and so forth. Even if these workers are running the machines that are building the backpacks, they would be considered direct laborers. The security guard, human resource department, and administrators would not be considered direct labor. The service industry also has direct labor. In a restaurant, people making the food and serving the food would be considered direct labor. So, a direct labor cost definition is the expense of the salaries, wages, and benefits of the direct labor employees. Direct labor costs include regular working hours, overtime hours, related payroll taxes, social security, medicare, workers' insurance, retirement plan contributions, health insurance, and more. Some companies include the cost of training and retaining these employees as well. And then, how to find the direct labor costs? Accurate labor cost estimations are crucial to evaluate your workforce's efficiency compared to industry standards. A comprehensive cost formula will capture the total expense of your workforce so you can avoid underestimating overhead costs that could negatively impact profitability. There is a step-by-step guide to calculating direct labor costs. The first step: calculate direct labor wages. Start by determining the direct labor hourly rate, including base pay, benefits, and payroll taxes. To find the wage rate, add the total value of benefits and payroll taxes and divide by the total number of hours worked in the relevant pay area. And then the second, determine direct labor hours per unit. Next, calculate how many direct labor hours are required to produce one unit. Divide the total number of hours worked by the number of units produced. For example, if 50 hours are needed to produce 500 units, then each unit requires 0.1 hours of direct labor. And then the third, calculate labor cost per unit. To find the direct labor cost per unit, multiply the direct labor hourly rate by the time required to produce one unit. And then fourth, determine the variance between standard and actual labor costs. Standard costs are the expected costs of materials, labor, and overhead based on industry benchmark and operating conditions. To find the variance, subtract the standard costs from the actual labor cost. If the actual cost is higher than the standard, your operational output has inefficiencies or unnecessary expenses. If the actual cost is lower than the standard, you have above average operational efficiencies. And then we move to the components of direct labor costs. The first component is about wages. The wages are included in the direct labor costs. These are paid to the employee generally on an hourly basis for the goods production or provision of services. And then the second, life insurance. This includes life insurance premiums paid on behalf of employers engaged in manufacturing the products or provision of the services covered. Other benefits paid to or on behalf of employees involved in the manufacturing of the products or provision of the services are also included. And then the third, payroll taxes. This includes payroll taxes of employees engaged in the manufacturing of the products or provision of the services covered. And then the fourth, health insurance. It includes health insurance premiums paid on behalf of these employees who are engaged in the manufacturing of the products or provision of the services. And then the fifth, workers' compensation. This includes workers' compensation paid to employees engaged in the manufacturing of the products or provision of the services. We know the best way to manage direct costs is very important. So, the best way to manage and lower your direct labor costs is to incorporate workforce management and optimization software into your workflow. And the built-in artificial intelligence automatically reminds you of requested time off, double bookings, and overtime hours, so there's less back and forth once you've completed the schedule. And then we move to the role of direct labor costs on decision making. Determining the direct labor costs that are relevant to short-term decisions depends on the circumstances. When a corporation has temporary excess capacity and the labor force has to be maintained in the short term, the labor costs will be the same regardless of the alternative decision mode. Therefore, the direct labor costs will be irrelevant for short-term decision making. In contrast, when casual labor is utilized and workers can be employed on a daily basis. A corporation can change the employment of labor to the exact level required to satisfy production's demands. The cost of labor rises if the company takes extra work and falls if production decreases. In this case, the labor cost will be an important factor in decision making. When total capacity exists and additional suppliers are not accessible soon, there is a severe labor shortage. I think it is enough on this session. Thanks for watching, and don't forget give this channel with your like, comment, subscribe and share. Thank you.